So let's talk about objects, because objects are what you use, actually what you see and what you use to create your finished work of art. I would divide them into two categories. The first is raw materials. The second is things that you use to achieve your finished product. Okay. As I told you, I would divide them into two categories, right? These, the first category from here to grease pencil objects, these are, let's say, raw materials. Especially the first one is mesh. This is the most commonly used raw material. This is a mesh object, and it can be a polygon object or anything with faces, right? These. And you can make anything from these things. And we have curves. Curves are kind of lines, and you can just use them as a reference or a road path for animations, or you can use them to make something, yeah, to create some maybe wires or tubes and lines of some I don't know, or even trees. A lot of things you can make from curves, and they're really useful. You can create any curvy object with the help of these curves. So they are very helpful. Surfaces, these are just like curves, and they are faces or surfaces mixed with curves. These can be useful from time to time, especially when you're modeling some, I don't know, some industrial objects, right? And metaballs, they are cool things. These things can be used like, I don't know, building blocks for your sculpt. Yeah, look at that. They join automatically, and you can make something something cool with these, right? Look at that. So yeah, these are and they can become one object quickly. We don't need these references now. Metaballs are just like these, and some other objects, right? And the text object, this is text. You can go into edit mode and write something, text me some sort of things, and you can just come here to maybe, I don't know, maybe extrude, and no, not offset, extrude, yeah, and write 3D text. And we have volume. You can import or empty volume. We will talk about volumes later. You can import OpenVDB files into your scene, and maybe you can have explosions, clouds, and different things. And grease pencil. Grease pencil is a big thing in Blender. We are not going to work with grease pencil, but essentially it is drawing inside of 3D. You can just draw the face of a house, and you can turn around, and you can draw the next face and turn around, and the next face, until you have 3D house, but out of drawing. Okay, you draw in 3D. That's really cool and very useful. People are making even animations, cartoons with this feature of Blender. That's really cool. If you are very creative, if you like drawing, you can check this out. There are a lot of courses on the internet, on Udemy, and everywhere you can find great stuff about grease pencil. So these are building blocks. These are raw materials. Yeah, we use them to make something new. Now the next thing is armature. These are bones inside of anything. Yeah, these are control points for animation, or these are kind of if you went to puppet theater, you saw them. They control some, I don't know, some characters with robes and things. Yeah, and it's like that. Or maybe if you open a door, there is a special mechanism that closes it automatically. Yeah, and or simply a person has bones, yeah, that control their movement, so that hold their body, their, I don't know, skin or flesh, so anything. These are bones. We will talk about more of them in the animation part of our course. So lattice is kind of a control point for deformation. We will talk about that. So empties are reference points. Why do you need them? For example, you just need to move this object around one point, yeah, but you don't want to see anything in the center, yeah. You can just put an empty and you can turn around this empty. For example, you want to turn around this this cube, yeah. You want your camera to turn around and look at this cube while turning around, but how do you do that? You cannot turn around by itself. You can do that, but it's kind of difficult and strange and difficult, not plain, not smooth, right? And but you can take an empty, parent your camera to an empty, Control P to object, and just turn around empty. It doesn't show up. You never see it. You never see it, but your camera turns around your cube perfectly. So this is why empties are very important. We use empties a lot. So image is reference or background. Reference is what you look at. Background is what you just put something behind your object. So when you take a photo, it looks like standing somewhere, right? And then lights. They're obvious lights. They light the scene. They light your objects. Yeah. There are 4 different types of lights here. You can have, and then we have light probes. These are used to help your real-time renders look better when you are rendering with Eevee. This real-time, it's kind of not very realistic, but if you want to have realistic reflections or lights or maybe shadows, you use these light probes to help them to look more realistic. Okay, so camera is what you take what you use to take a photo of your scene, of your objects, and you can even record a video animation of your scene, animation of the objects that are in your scene. So camera is essential, central. Speaker, you might want to put some audio in your scene, and what is good about speakers is this, I think. For example, look at the scene from your camera, right? And you put a speaker GX here, and you put a speaker Shift DX here, 2 speakers. Hear different sound if you put different audio files in different places. Yeah, you can put many of them, and it will sound like surround system. Yeah, you can hear from your behind, from around you. Yeah, and it only works with the camera if you listen to the audio files from the camera. So it's very cool. You can have 3D surround audio system with this. So and what do we have? What else do we have? We have force fields. I don't know why they're here, but forces are physical process. And for example, wind, it makes sense, right? Force, wind, for example, let's say wind or X90 GY. We put wind here, GZ, Shift A. Let's create one plane S. We'll make it bigger. GZ. Let's. I don't know what we can do. I will quickly do something. Look at that. And we just need to. Physical processes only affect physical, other physical forces or other physical features of Blender. It means you cannot just put a wind in your scene and you wait for all objects to flow away. No. It only works with other physics features of Blender. For example, let's say this is collision and this is cloth. Now, the cloth is here, right? And it's kind of strange, but let's turn on collisions and self-collision. It doesn't. And if we turn this, the strength of our wind, now you can see it's working. and we can make it even stronger, just blow everything away. Yeah, look at that. So now we have wind and cloth. And the last thing is collection instance. I think I showed collection instance. If you you have this collection, right, and you can put an instance just by dragging it here, and you have all of these objects duplicated instantly. We use instance a lot. We can instance any collection we make here. We can drag and drop, or we can just shift A and collection instance and choose the collection, and it just automatically duplicates your collection. So instancing is very common in 3D, so we will make use of it a lot during the course.